Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Couse Corner. Now, 2 years ago this week, we had a lot of rain that started to fall at the club and we had our worst flood event in recent memory. Whilst our last flood event last week was not as bad, it brought back some bad memories. So probably you want to know, how did everything go through this event? Seems like last time I was on Couse Corner I was saying the same thing. Let's have a look. We are out the back of the second green at the moment. We've got the de-silt area here that we dug out, predominantly based on our results from last flood, where we had all of the material come through which washed down into our dams. We have captured a ton of silt in here, to the point, we'll turn around and come this way, you can see that there's still water running across our concrete path. That's because the amount of silt that we caught in the de-silt pond has buried our pipe that runs under that path. So we need to get in there and clean that out. We're trying to wait for the water to stop running. There's still a lot of water running off the army land through here. So as we come down, you'll see that everything is working really well through here. There's still a significant amount of water coming through, so we're not going to be walking to the back tee until we clear through the pipe. But as we come down, everything has stayed in the right place. There's no loss of material. Obviously, there's a lot of water still coming down. And as we come down towards where the pipes exit normally, you can see the amount of water that's still running through this area. That will be fixed up in the next week, we hope. We're just trying to wait for the water to stop running off the army land. As we keep on coming down, you can see this area's worked exactly the way we thought. We have had a bit of erosion through the area further down, where we tried to valley the tees in. We're going to come back with our contractor, just have a look at how we can best stabilise that. Now we can see exactly the amount of flow that's come through. This is more flow than we expected to see come through, but obviously it's all dealt with it really well. Both of our tees have survived pretty much intact, and it's just the hollow in the middle of the two tees that's taken a bit of a hit. Let's go down and have a quick look at the dams and see what's happened down there. So we're down here at the dams. Now you can see there were some big things that washed down the creek, but everything is held together pretty well. Now the idea of this de-silting area is like our second point of catching silt before it gets into our main dam. There is a bit of silt that's come into it, but we're pretty happy with what it looks like. It looks like everything's held together really well. I took a photo here the other day where these blocks were actually 3/4 underwater, so you can tell the amount of water that was actually running through this area. Everything's held together pretty well. If we walk around this way, you can see that there's a bit of damage to the bank in there where the water was all flowing over. That was sort of half designed that way so it would work. There's been a bit of erosion there, but we're not overly worried about that, and that will enable us in the future now to be able to shape that better to stabilise the banks. Everything here is looking pretty good. The creeks, the dams are obviously very full. So let's go and have a look down at 14 and at the causeway, see if it's open. Alright, so we're on the 14 causeway. The causeway is open again now, everything's operational. We have had a few washout areas, so if we just turn around, you can see some more erosion in the bank. We're going to come out and clean that up and get that fixed up, get some more rock in and solve that. But fully open here, bridge on 1 is fine, bridge here is fine, causeway here is fine, 18 bridge is fine, so all of your crossing points, bridge on 10 and bridge on 8, everything's open except for the causeway on 8. So all of the creek crossings are relatively intact. There's a few repair works that we've done on 8, so perfectly fine to get out here and have a go. Let's go up to 16 and we'll have a look up there. Alright, we're up at the 16th green now. There was a massive amount of water that came down the hill again this time. So as you can see, the 17th tee is perfectly fine. Everything worked really well up there. Where we have had a couple of little issues is as all of the water came running down through here, there's a pipe that it gets to which was overflowing. There was more capacity than our big pipe. So as it came through, it blocked up, overflowed, and there's been a bit of erosion in here. So just be careful of when you're coming onto the 16th green. There's also been a bit of erosion in this area here. Most of it is under control. There's a little bit of an erosion area, but we'll fix that up and that will be fine. there was a river running down the 16th hole just last week. And if we pan around, you can see everything looks exceptionally green and great. So it's amazing how the course has rebounded from all of this event. And we're really happy with the course conditions. So more than a great time to come out and have a game. All right, so we're down by the 10th green. So we can look across and see all the work that's going on with Urban Utilities. They're pouring some more concrete today. Bennett's Road just there obviously was underwater for a few days, so lots of water coming through the course, but everything is stable, it's being repaired, and that work is continuing. So hopefully in the near future we'll have all that done and we'll be back to the course you know and love without any external interference. But everything's working really well around here. The course is open, 18 holes again, and everything's right for your carts and everything else around the course. Come on out, have a game. It's been a big couple of weeks. Bunkers in some cases are still out, but in general the course is looking fantastic, and it's a great time to come and have a game out here at Ashgrove. Until next time, we'll see you later from Couse Corner.